Have you ever been walking down the halls at school, minding your own business, when suddenly you look around and see teenage boys with their pants on the ground, revealing their underwear? It's nearly impossible for someone to erase this horrid image that has just violated their minds. And no matter how many times someone tells them, these young men simply refuse to pull them up. This cool look that makes guys feel like they have swag has engulfed a majority of society, and it seems that the rest of us must deal with this disturbing fact for the rest of our lives.
Did you know that belts have been worn since the Bronze Age? This useful accessory has been used for centuries to help people keep their pants up, and yet approximately 93% of the teenage male population does not use them, leaving their underwear fully exposed. Girls are forced to look at this atrocious sight every day.
Luckily, a quick and easy solution has been made. It's called Zap Em Up.
With this small and useful gadget, you'll never have to deal with that horrible sight of boxes wherever you go. Just press the small button, pointing it directly at the victim's legs. An immediate shock of 5,000 volts will zap their legs, and the harshness from the force will cause their pants to go right up. Anytime they try to make their pants go back down, they will immediately feel the shock again. This makes it impossible for their pants to ever fall back to their knees.
And yes, thanks to the laws of physics, this is indeed possible. However, this concept is quite complicated, and if I were to explain it, the average mind would not comprehend. We have spent several years researching this topic as well as conducting several experiments, and we have come to the conclusion that there could be no better solution than ours.
Many critics have tried to proclaim that by simply using a belt, this problem can be solved. However, using a Zap Em Up will fix more than just this issue. We have realized that these boys have become much better additions to society. Before Zap Em Up, boys were barely able to focus because they were always trying to keep their pants up. Now they can focus on more important things, like school and friends. The concept of having swag by wearing their pants low is simply becoming an idea of the past. When we realized how much this product would change society, we knew it must be released to the public.
The inability that guys possess when it comes to pulling their pants up is quite detrimental to society. They give themselves a very bad image. At this point, it has almost become accepted in society for teenage boys to wear their pants low. How will they ever know that this is inappropriate attire? Colleges and future employers will not take these young men seriously with their boxers hanging out. The fate of the male generation is at stake, thanks to this preposterous fad.
Using the Zap Em Up will solve other problems for teenage boys as well. First off, guys won't be pressured to follow this popular style because it will no longer be popular. Guys who might be called nerds because of the way they dress won't seem as nerdy.
Secondly, guys will not have to stress about matching belts for all of their outfits. With the Zap Em Up, there is no need for belts at all.
Why do you not wear a belt?
Because it's too expensive.
Do you wear a belt?
I do.
Why do you belt it below your butt?
I can't afford a good belt.
Because of the non-existent need for belts, guys will have more money. They will not have to purchase belts.
Obviously, there is an endless amount of benefits for using this product, but to explain all of them would take way too much time. Use the Zap Em Up yourself to experience all of the great perks that come with it.
Instead of using the Zap Em Up, the solution to this horrid issue could be stapling the young men's pants to their waists. However, this would be incredibly painful and would mean they could not change their pants. The only way to get around that would be to remove the staples from the skin with a staple remover, which would be an incredibly bloody mess and would leave holes in their pants. Clearly, this will not work, which is why the Zap Em Up is the perfect solution.
Using a belt is the very obvious solution to this grave problem, but honestly, it won't work. That solution is the commonly suggested idea now, and it is quite obvious that it won't help at all.
So, sir, why do you sag your pants?
I don't know. This is how they're made.
Buying pants that actually fit would never work either. As with belts, it is a common option today and it is not getting the job done.
This just shows that there is no better way to solve this problem than with the Zap Em Up.
We are not benefiting from this at all because we are transferring to an all-girls school. There will not be any teenage boys around, which totally eliminates the problem of seeing guys with their pants on the ground. However, we do wish to stop the suffering of teenage girls who are not as lucky as us, and do have to deal with teenage boys and their inability to understand how pants work. We also wish to help these young men in future situations. We have dedicated several years of our lives to improve boys' attire and therefore improving society.
Pants on the ground, looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. Go in your mouth, head turned sideways.